Hello and welcome to Soccer Talk with Mumini Alao. My name is Sunday Koiki, and of course with me in the studio is Mumini Alao himself, Group Managing Director of Complete Communications Limited. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you very much, Sunday.
The boys are in town, the Bafana Bafana. They've showed up, they're talking tough. They promise hell and high water for the Super Eagles of Nigeria. What is it about Nigeria that always gets South Africa going?
Well, I guess because Nigeria is seen as the giant of Africa. And if you beat the giant, then you can claim to be a giant yourself.
True.
Okay. And don't forget also that when South Africa were readmitted into African football and global football, one of their first encounters was against the Super Eagles on the way to the US 94 World Cup.
Yes.
And we beat them 4-0 in Lagos. I think we got a draw in the return leg in South Africa.
Yes.
And subsequently, we beat them again, I think 4-0, another 2-0. And I remember quite well, the South African journalists at that time, they started referring to their own team as 4-4-2. Okay, because each time Nigeria came up into the picture, they will remember the 4-4-2 instead of 4-4 or 2, you know. But I think between then and now, they've come a long way. They've come a long way. And I will put it down to the kind of organization that they have in South African League, the kind of sponsorship that they have in the South African League, and the fact also that because their society, please permit me to say this today, there's no benefit, anybody will tell you, in being enslaved for so long. I mean, apartheid years and all of that.
Very true.
But whether you like it or not, if you visit South Africa and you compare, you know, the infrastructure, it's
miles ahead of Nigeria.
It's miles ahead of Nigeria and so many other sub-Saharan African countries. So you could say maybe that's one of the benefits in inverted commas, of apartheid. And that has made a lot of their players to want to stay back home rather than go to Europe. You know, whereas the Nigerian player, if you ask the average Nigerian player, his dream, he wants to go to Europe.
Very true.
But the average South African player, they want to stay back home.
Pretty comfortable.
Because they have the infrastructure, they have good sponsorship, they get paid on time. What are they looking for? So when they go to Europe and they experience the cold and all, they don't want to go through all that stress. The advantage of that for the South African national team is that they have most of their players playing at home and they can gel faster than our own players that have to come from all over the world, from England and Spain, etc., etc., etc. So, for South Africa, it's a big ego boost if they manage to get one over Nigeria, especially in a competitive game, which they have never, they've not been able to manage
Nigeria in a competitive
all
game.
this years. They've not been able to manage it.
It's interesting you should talk about the two countries. You should talk about the economy of South Africa because both countries are actually facing a recession right now. So it's interesting that both of them are meeting right now. But let's talk about South Africa itself. Is it true that South African football does not have the same talent base as Nigerian football? And you hear that quite a lot, that yes, they have organization, yes, they have even the finances, but they do not have the same skill pool of skills that Nigeria has, is it?
Yes, it's true, and it's not the case of South Africa alone. Okay, if you look at Africa as a continent, if you take out the North Africa, you know, they are
yes,
Arabs.
of course.
Okay, Sub-Saharan Africa, Nigeria, Ghana, Cote d'Ivoire, Senegal. And then you go a little bit to Central Africa, Cameroon. That is where the force of African football is, located. Okay. When you talk about Kenya, you talk about South Africa, Zimbabwe, they play second fiddle.
Not even Zambia.
So not even Zambia, maybe a bit closer. Okay, maybe Zambia.
They are first among the second rated,
but they still don't belong in the class of Cameroon, Cote d'Ivoire, and Ghana. I mean, the facts are there, the records are there. Which countries have won the Nations Cup the most? All the facts are there to show you that West Africa is actually the force.
The bastion of African football.
That if you talk about the talent base, oh yes, Nigeria has more talent than South Africa. Nigeria has more talent than South African countries put together. Okay, and that's not being egoistic or dismissive. It's just a fact. Okay. But I think what they've used to cover up again, I'm sorry to repeat this, is the organization. You see, because in the last 3-4 games that we played with them, I've been completely surprised. By the
level of their development.
Exactly.
So it's narrowing that gap between Nigeria.
Absolutely. So man for man, you could say yes, Nigeria has the better players. Okay, man for man, we have the better players. But when it comes to a team, the Bafana Bafana team is closer, a lot closer now to the Super Eagles.
Interesting, you mentioned that because Goliath and David, remember that biblical showdown?
Yeah.
While, of course, David didn't have the size and strength of Goliath, he used tactics and organization to defeat him, which is what is probably working for the South Africans. But today, a winner must emerge in order for either of these two teams to start their qualification series for the 2019 Africa Cup of Nations on a good note. Nigeria is missing a tremendous amount of players, probably the virtual spine of the team. No Kali Keme, no Leon Balogun, no John Mikelobi, no Victor Moses. Does this weaken the Nigerian team somewhat?
I will think so, yes. I will think so. You see, because these players that I mentioned, as you rightly said, they are the spine of the team. And every other position on the field is built around the spine. So when you don't have those key players, of course, you have to miss them. But I'm hoping that will be an opportunity for new players to show what they have to offer. I'm a bit worried about the goalkeeping position. But sometimes maybe we are a bit too worried. Because if you have a good defense line, then maybe your goalkeeper wouldn't matter much who is actually, guarding the goal for you.
And Daniel Ekpe didn't do too badly against Algeria.
Yeah, he hasn't done too badly, but I think, Kali Keme's presence, his height, his physical presence.
And his shot-stopping ability.
Yeah, commands a lot. And that's also boosts the confidence of the defense line. When you look back and say, I have a giant, as the last line. So I'm hoping that the new boys coming in, because in the last few months now, especially in preparation for this game, the trial matches in France
and in England
the coach Raw has been bringing in all sorts of new players. If you ask me now to line up to give you the first lineup for the Super Eagles, I think I'm going to have some difficulty, because quite a number of new players have come into the picture. So we're just waiting to see, which of them will make this team against South Africa. And I think it's a good thing that we're actually playing this game at home. Because then that allows those new players to bed in properly. Because whether you like it or not, you're playing at home, so you still have some advantage of playing at home. If it was away, I think we'll have had some problems. So in spite of everything, I expect the Eagles to manage this game to get a win.
So far, 9 games under coach Gernot Rohr. Super Eagles are undefeated in all those games. Can they make it 10 straight? And can they get a win against South Africa? From what you've seen so far of this team, their ability, Gernot Rohr's tactics, the hunger of the new players in the team to want to make a name and a mark for themselves, can they continue to keep that statistic above, that good statistic, positive statistic against South Africa going today?
I just pray that Gernot Rohr's run never comes to an end. And I think that should just be the prayer of all Nigerians. Because when he came, we were so worried how we're going to be able to handle Algeria. We got a win. Against Zambia away, we got a win. And since then, we've not lost any game. So let's just continue. We shouldn't just wake up, from this sweet dream. And I think we should be able to manage, as I said earlier on, we should be able to manage a victory against South Africa.
You want to call a score?
Today, I knew you were going to get to that point where you asked me to get a score, to call a score. But I've not fully recovered from the bashing that I got from Ronaldo and Real Madrid. The last time you asked me to call it draw, and I was telling you my head and my heart was with Juventus.
Yes.
Now my head and my heart has taken a big bashing. And I'm not fully recovered, so I don't know whether I can call it. But I just hope the Eagles win.
Okay, well, he hopes the Eagles win. He's also praying that the team is up pretty well. I'm also praying that the heavens remain closed for that match in Uyo. So the Super Eagles, the handlers of the Super Eagles, the NFF are listening, the Akwa Ibom State government are also listening. If you can find, hire, and pay the best rain doctors in the land, please get them to Uyo. My name is Tunde Koiki. It's been Soccer Talk with Mumini Alao. Thank you so much for joining us.
My pleasure.
And thank you so much for watching. We'll see you again next time. Bye-bye.